minutes from August. Motion to approve.
I motion to approve.
I'd like to second the motion.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your approvals and motions. All right, and now we have some new faces here. Does everyone,
This is very
shall we
exciting.
go around and introduce ourselves? Like the regular people will too, so that you guys all know who we are. I'm Hillary. I'm one of the co-chairs. Oh, we don't have Tom today, do we?
No, Tom.
No Tom. We had Tom last time.
Tom is a living treasure.
He is a living treasure. I congratulated him on his living treasureness last time
living
too.
treasure status.
He was a little bit embarrassed, but all right. So anyway, I'm one of the co-chairs. That's really all about me. Okay, your turn.
I'm BJ Ahern, and I'm not one of the co-chairs, but I teach at Beecher, and this is a great group, so welcome new people. Do you want me to take notes?
No, I'll do the notes. Thank you.
I'm Stephanie Pennington. I'm new here. I was interested.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Do you have a contact information that we can stalk you with, email or something?
Sure, you want my email?
Yeah.
Okay.
You may want to
full
just
name.
text
Yeah,
it over or
just-
type it so
yeah.
it's not
On the public.
just public
Barbara
comment.
Ann.
Yes.
Minutes.
Hopefully I spelled your name correctly. If I didn't, then fix that too.
I'm Tan Huntington, and Hillary and Lana have always praised this committee and thought it would be great to invite you and check it out.
And
try
you
them out.
helped on Earth Day in a serious
Yes.
way.
That was fun. That
It's
was
a major
amazing.
undertaking. Sorry, I'm Diana McCarthy-Burkery, member of the Sustainability Ad Hoc Committee.
I'm Lana Marcuccio. I'm a member as well. That's it.
Gosh, we're so uninteresting.
Atul Kulkarni. I did attend one of your meetings at Beecher long time ago.
So that's actually the green team, which
That
is a
was green
separate
team.
thing.
the green team.
It's
Yes.
just all the same people.
We just happen to be the same people.
Yes,
You may know,
I remember-
you may know us from
Yes,
other
yes.
committees.
Yes. So I teach at Southern Connecticut State University in the School of Business, and so I also run a lab there, which we call as SMILE, Sustainable Marketing and Innovation Lab for Economy and Environment. So we look at like issues which are at the interface of economics and environment. So we don't kind of we don't disregard the money aspect. We so trying to balance from business standpoint, like study consumer behavior, study corporate behavior, and look at the issues where it makes sense both economically and environmentally. So those type of problems. I also work on a leadership team of Sustainable Marketing and Innovation Special Interest Group of American Marketing Association. And so I just recently went on an expert panel in Boston for their annual conference. Anyways, I'm very interested in sustainability, especially how it interacts with business consumer behavior, because it seems like it's a lot to do with how we behave in our daily lives as consumers. Seems to have a lot of implication, especially in advanced economies where 2/3 of GDP is driven by what we spend money on. People like, and so I'd love to contribute as and when I possibly can, and would like to know what you folks are doing. Some cool stuff. I keep on getting your emails. Yeah, I did.
So you are the one.
I did respond to one of the emails.
You did.
So
You did. I got it.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Great.
Leslie, do you want to introduce yourself?
Did I do what?
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, okay, I'm here, yes, I'm Leslie Lyons, I'm a member of the committee, and I'm very interested in saving the earth, basically. So,
Laura, do you want to go?
hey, Laura.
Hi, Laura Ferrante Fernandez, and I've been a member for a very long time. And so I'm really interested in reducing my footprint and helping others reduce their footprints.
Alyssa, you want to go?
Oh, you're there.
Sure. Hi, I'm Alyssa Anderson. I'm a member and I just love all things sustainability and educating the public and getting Woodbridge on board.
And this is a great committee, wonderful committee.
Alyssa, I'm really sorry that you're not here in person because I was hoping we could talk science.
I will be as soon as my husband gets home from work, which should be any minute now.
Okay, perfect.
All right,
Two
so I
birds, one
guess
stone.
for our public members, if you're interested in joining, I do believe we have 2 spots available. What is sort of what we're encouraging is we have a monthly meeting. It tends to happen here in this room on the first Wednesday. This week, or this month, it was the second Wednesday just because open house is a feature and the fact that the majority of us had to be at that open house. So it tends to be the first Wednesday, 6 p.m. Here we do have the virtual component if for some reason you are not available to come in person. But we really need everyone to come to a lot of the meetings. We have a lot of things. You'll see from our agenda today as we get through it, things that we're catching up on. There's also a lot of town initiatives that they've got a lot of things that they are really excited for us to do. So we've done such a good job, we're gonna have more work to do. So we can look at it like that, where we've been so successful. And then there's also like sort of the background things of that we've already been doing, things at Beecher Road School, things for Earth Day for the town, and then there's going to be a bunch of new initiatives too. So so that is that. So let us know. I would say for anybody, we definitely want to know as soon as possible if you are interested in joining permanently and regularly. And then we can figure out what we do if there's more than 2 people that want to. So we can fight it out.
I'd love to.
Maybe we can get an alternate in there.
Maybe we get an alternate. And the other thing too is like when I first joined the committee 100 years ago, I just came to the meetings. Like I wasn't part of the committee. I just showed up and kept coming, and then finally they were like, I guess we better just put you on the committee because you just keep coming like more than some of the people that are on the committee, and that's how I got on it. So you can always come.
Yes.
No matter even if you're an official part. I don't really know. I guess it gets you voting rights, but we don't really vote on that stuff anyway. So we like everyone's opinions no matter what. And we really like anything anyone wants to contribute because you guys all have really vast skill sets and we appreciate all of them. So, did anybody have any public comment? That's the official thing that's next, public comment. Any comments you'd like to comment?
I mean, do you want answer to that question, like whether we want to be part of the committee? Then my answer is yes.
Okay, very good.
And I'm happy to have you take the position. I could be a recurring member of the public. It's perfectly fine for me to just come to the meeting.
Or but you still have to help on Earth Day again.
Yes, I'm more than happy to help on Earth Day.
Is there like a, do you need to have specific number of people, not more than that, not less than that or something like that?
So we are in the process of becoming a real remote live committee instead of a ad hoc committee. Or we're a commission, I guess. A commission instead of
So what's the
minimum? 10 is the number that we're aiming for. We have 8 currently.
Okay.
But other committees have alternates.
So it could be 10 or more, right? Or it has to be specifically 10 or
It's supposed to be 10.
Okay.
It's supposed to be 10. That's
And
the
there
number
has
that
to
we were
be
given.
a diverse blend of
It is, but
affiliation.
Oddly enough, we're the only committee and commission or whatever it is that the usual rules don't matter because the majority of us are independent. So we don't fall on either side. So honestly, I don't care what political things you guys are because you can't swing
There's not enough of you.
We actually are exactly, we're fine at the moment because like 5 of us, I think, out of the 8 are independent.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you need 5 for a quorum? Is that basically?
Yeah, so it's like, so like for regular commissions and stuff, like it's like you can't have like, 7 of the people be Republican and 3 of the people be Democrat. You want to have it be balanced somehow, but because we are so non-committal here, our non-committalness balances the committals.
On that note, I am not even a US citizen. I am
Okay.
a permanent resident. I don't even know whether that has any eligibility criteria for that.
Question,
Okay, because they don't let me vote for the school thing.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we will ask and see if that might solidify your alternate status. Or we can find out. I don't know.
But you can always come.
Yeah,
And
you
you
can
can always
always
help, and you can always put your 2 cents
I
in.
know.
I think you just have to be a resident.
But I think
cents,
you do
but
have to
I'm
be registered to vote.
You do?
I think so, because that's like, they have to be able to look everybody up, so I
Right,
don't know.
something
So we'll
like
find out.
that, yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
we'll do.
You could be a
We
strong
can interpret
alternate.
what
Yeah, I'm putting it out.
There's
Right
so
now.
much next.
No, that didn't come up at that whole big meeting we had to go to and learn all that stuff.
No, that was not part
Oh,
of the
the
freedom of
FOIA
information, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long meeting, so I can't
But
hear
when
it.
this came up about adding more people, Mika did have to go look up specifically what everybody was, so like, you have to be something. So I don't know.
Good question.
Again, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
All right, moving on.
Oh,
And
I am interested.
you're interested,
Yeah.
and Tom, you're interested. I'm
Yes.
I'm
But if
interested.
it's, well, yes, but if we can find a
A
way.
lukewarm interest.
Yes,
here.
I can be a recurring member of
She'll
the
be an
public.
alternate, and she'll be
You've
here no
already
matter what.
demonstrated your.
And you will be at birthdays, that's all
You
we're
will
doing,
be.
that's all that matters.
So, we're probably scaring you too. Like, Ton did a really nice job helping. We had different areas that people were like in charge of, and she actually had like a whole area that it was her and BJ like in charge of like the center of it all, and
And she stayed there the
And
whole
we
time.
did- she wasn't even on the
You were
committee,
good.
she was
You
like a
were the
rock
one
star.
who were going around.
yeah, but you were not even on the committee, and you were like on it. So,
Oh, is this where I gave the sign to? The pop-up sign?
yes, I
Yeah,
think so. Probably yes, yes. Okay. Alyssa, you are next on the thing for updates. Did you have a chance to talk to the child care center contact about food waste processes?
That's a no.
That's a no. Okay.
Moving on.
Is
Please
driving.
do for next time.
She's
Sorry,
driving.
the childcare center?
Yes,
Do you want me to talk to the director? My kids are there?
that works too. She just apparently was friends with one of the people, so she said she could talk
She's
to
on
them.
her way in.
Yeah. Okay.
So when she gets here, you can find out.
All right.
Add that to your list of
So
things
what
you
we
have
wanted
talk
to do,
about.
Diana,
Sounds fair.
was to find out what their current processes are for food. Just in general. Like, I don't even know, do all the kids bring in their own food? Do
Yes, so
um,
they provide snacks in the morning and
Yeah.
afternoon. All kids bring in their own meals, like for lunch.
Yeah.
The baby room would be the one that brings in like multiple, snacks, because babies are very,
Particular.
well, not just
They
partic-
eat every 2
particular, but
hours.
like they're all in very
Different
different
levels,
stages of
yeah.
what they can eat within that room. When they finally move up to the toddler room,
Yeah.
they're at a point where, you bring in a meal for them, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and they have like a sit-down lunch for
Right.
the 3 older classrooms.
Okay.
And then once a month they will order pizza.
Okay.
So I wish I could say that everything they ordered was certified organic. It is not. But it would be an easy enough lift to collect the food waste if that's what you're thinking.
Right, I just, again,
To, like,
to see,
scrape and-
Right, like, what is their process now? What, how, just.
Everything just goes into the trash.
Yeah. And do the kids do it themselves? Do the.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
No.
So, so then are we dealing with?
But you could.
No, but if the kids were doing it, it's much harder at that age.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if the adults are doing it, it's no
Well,
big
yeah,
deal to be like,
easier.
food, not food.
I do have a contact, I do have the contact
Yeah.
information, but I haven't followed up on it yet.
That's
But
okay.
I will,
The two of you together will come up with.
yes, it will happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
I'll
that
be there at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
I love that you walk in and just start contributing.
Sorry, I was listening all the way up until the door.
All right, Tom,
But it would be easy enough for like the 2 older classrooms because they're really teaching independence. and
Right, I
teaching them
presume
to
that,
do
right,
stuff.
they're trying to
So
teach
you
them how to
probably
feed themselves.
could
Yeah,
oversee them dumping
Yeah.
their food and waste.
okay. Tom was gonna check with the senior center, we'll follow back with him. Lana made the flyer. Did everybody see the flyer? Did you
For
read
the
it?
sustainable.
For the
safety
yeah,
lectures.
lectures.
That looked so nice.
That came out
I saw
great.
on that. I was like, wow.
It looks
this
beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that,
Came out beautiful.
feel free
I
to,
posted it,
I
I
saw-
posted it on,
I saw that you
Wood
did and I
Yeah.
loved it.
on Facebook page.
And I sent it to,
Thank you.
the email that I sent it to you guys too, I also sent it, which by the way, everyone else will get a copy now that I have your emails. But I sent it to the library and to the senior center and they were asked to put it on the Facebook page and I don't know, so hopefully we'll be seeing more of it, but feel free to send it out to anywhere else you want.
So that could be the next principal's message,
Yes,
and I'll send it out to
yeah.
Mag.
Yeah.
Can we do those billboards Would we wanna do that just for
The
a
sandwich
brief-
boards?
Yeah, just for a brief moment of time, or would that not?
We would have to, well, what worries me about that is we still wanna add more dates to it. And if we're gonna print those, that's quite, those
That's
cost a
quite
lot
an
to
endeavor.
print.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then they're gonna be wrong as soon as we print it.
How big can you print at school?
Oh, I heard you
I
guys
can
have a
print
poster
poster
thing.
size, I can print like this, but I could only print one color. I can't print multicolour.
But if you were
I
to
saw
print
Nature
it
Film
and
nice
leave an
printer.
area that you could like dry erase marker or something where you can change.
Right, yeah,
what
can
the
we have something,
topic
even if we
is.
just put, like, we slide in the name of
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or even if it's not with the dates, it's just the lecture series
Right,
monthly
no, and we
at the
have those-
library.
No, but we could literally like make slots or something like that
Oh,
too.
like physical, like
Or like on the
old school movie theater
Monday,
style.
or like if they're, what day do they all happen? They all happen the same.
Saturday.
They
three
Saturday,
Saturdays,
yeah, they're
right?
mostly
So like
Saturdays, except for one
by
Wednesday.
Sunday, we put them out and we're like, this Saturday
Yeah,
is this one, right? And it just says like Saturday, 5 o'clock,
right.
lecture series. Then it doesn't have to say what the topic is or whatever. It just tells
Yeah, that's what I'm
everybody
thinking,
that there's
just general,
the sustainability
check the library
series.
website.
Yeah.
The speakers happening at the.
just to increase our awareness, cause I think we did grow last year over time, but it
Yeah,
took a
yeah, yeah.
lot
I think a lot of momentum
Yeah.
has been, and people are like aware that it.
I can add the upcoming events to the when we the Conservation Commission meeting. Started
Well, the
announcing
paper
this.
goes out now, the
I know.
thingy
That's
goes out
quarterly.
now, that's where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Cause that's
It will.
why nobody knew anything going on, cause as much
That
as
was gone.
people supposedly didn't look at it,
Right.
once it disappeared, everyone was like, where the heck is it now? I don't know
Well,
what
that
it is."
disappeared plus the newspaper at the same time.
Right, it was
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
perfect storm. But for principal message, actually, I think we need to ask for winter stuff for the
Winter
for-
free cycle?
for October 5th for Woodbridge Like Me.
Oh, is that when we're doing the winter festival?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Solana did that. Leslie, did you have a chance to talk to the land trust people about adding anything onto that schedule?
I actually did, the main contact, is actually not in Maine, she's in New Hampshire right now, but she's been there for a couple of weeks. However, this is what we were talking about, I'm just looking at my phone because I have it on here. She wanted to know ideas of what things you guys might be interested in. Some of the things, and I just threw them out, so bear with me. I mean, if you don't like them, just say that, you know. But some of the things I proposed were possibly talking about the historical aspect of what Land Trust has, the history of acquisition, and changes that have occurred on the properties that might indicate need for sustainability. Also, possibly, she was very interested in, even on Earth Day, of coordinating something with pollinator pathways and maybe coordinating that somehow. I mean, obviously we're going to be doing this probably more in the spring, right? I mean, those are the slots that might open.
I think we'll make whatever slots we need. Anytime.
Yeah. No, the reason I'm asking is because, you know, whatever she can do would possibly be dependent on the weather. You know, she can't do hikes in the blizzards, but she said that there could be some areas that she might be able to show where there has been a decay in land itself. You know, it kind of goes back to the, and I'm really hell-bent on this, I'm sorry, but I've even already tried to make contacts, you don't have to use it, about the non-sustainable and non-renewable aspects to sustainability, because it really frightens the heck out of me. And she said there might be evidence of things on the properties they have as well that would indicate that. Things like erosion. You guys know what happened with the storms and how if you look on your land, I know it's absolutely true in mine because we had disasters during the storms. I mean, I think I told you guys last time what happened to our property, but trees are absolutely uprooting because there's no soil. There's too much flooding and et cetera. So I don't know what the integrity is of the land properties they actually own at this point, and she doesn't either. And she said that that's something they might want to look into. You know, I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but I also while we're at it, if you don't mind, I had the pleasure of going to the new Peabody Museum last week. And I actually had a day off, yay! And one of the things that really impressed me was have you guys been there?
Not yet.
No.
Oh, you gotta go. It's very different. It's very different. It's very user-friendly now, and it's very entertaining and very well done. Very educational, too. And one of the things they have now is a display of non-renewable and extinction. And it goes from everything from, land to obviously living species, but it was fascinating. And I tapped into them just to see if there was a chance we could, obviously I didn't ask, but in case you wanted to do something like that, do they have resources for educating us? And they do, but they can't now because they're still organizing their educational programs for the year. Because it's pretty, the whole thing is a pretty new process. The state of Connecticut is supposed to let me know some things, and Southern Connecticut State College's graduate program is supposed to be getting back to me as well. The environmental protection. So, things like that we might want to consider. I really think we need to start thinking about just not stripping everything away from Earth and, looking back and going, oh, I could have substituted it with this. We could have done that. Maybe not our generation, but certainly future ones. So that's something, that I'm proposing too. And Land Trust, what she's going to do is they have a board meeting, I thought she said within the next week, and is going to ask them as well if they have ideas. So somewhere along the line, I'll get in touch with you, even if it's before the next meeting. I'll let you know what they think also, but they're interested.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Maybe next year, Peabody.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, so Bethany Sustainability is partnering with us on the lectures too, and they also have some people that do some of the pollinator and some of the invasive stuff too, so maybe we can do a bigger one of everything. We can just work out on dates with that. So Tom was going to work on the Parks Department, so we'll follow up with him on that. Sustainable CT, if no one noticed, we did not submit for August. We're gonna work on April and try to get even more stuff together to be able to go silver, not just bronze. So a lot of things are in process now. We'll keep documenting things. We took all the stuff from that spreadsheet that everybody added the things to, and that was very good. I did the the DEI toolkit thing on the on Earth Day, and submitted it, and I haven't heard back that they had a problem with it, so hopefully that was okay.
I don't think they score things until you submit the application, right?
I don't know, so I gave it to the intern before she left, and she said, because I was like, is this what you were looking for? Like, we're really shooting the dark here, and she was like, well, it was like a week before she left, and she was like, I don't think I can get to this before I'm leaving, so I'm going to give it to the other people to get back to you on it, and they didn't, so.
Jessica or somebody.
Yeah, I don't know, so we'll worry about it as that gets closer to April, I guess.
Woodbridge, like me, might be a good one to also do it on.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it on, you just have to write a paragraph. It's really, at least, if I did it correctly. It's not quite as horrible as it sounds, because we do this, honestly, we can do this, and that's what I told Allison too, because Allison's kind of taken over as the point person for the town for it, that we do the stuff that is required for it, for everything we do.
Okay.
So it's really just documenting it. It's just talking about, like, are you aware of the different populations of Woodbridge? Are you making sure to reach out to all of them? Are you, how are you doing that? How are you including everybody? So.
Do you guys know what she's talking about?
I have some idea just because Mika mentioned it at our last commission.
Yes, because of your library thing. So so Sustainable CT is, you can get like bronze certified, silver certified, or gold certified, and it's just a title, really, honestly.
Bragging rights.
It's bragging rights.
Patch. Patch.
With any of it, you're, even if you don't have, there's
we can make t-shirts.
but you have access to grant money whether or not you have it, but it's just so that you can say we're cool and we did the stuff. And we are cool, we did do the stuff, so.
And it lets you though see all the things you do. So it's the kind of thing if you
it's
did
also like
put
really
it,
comprehensive.
yeah, so if you put
It's
it out
not
there,
just,
people interested in the town could be like, oh wow, we actually, maybe I should participate.
Right.
We do stuff.
and it's not just things like, oh, did you put on an Earth Day event? It's like, do you have a poet laureate? Do you have like arts in the community? Like it's actually like how to make like a sustainable community in much more ways than like do you recycle. It's really a very comprehensive concept, which it's really cool, but so this exists in the whole state of Connecticut and in different towns, so like obviously we're gonna be a little bit different than like New Haven in terms of what we have access to and what we can do, and some of those things are gonna be easier because we're not a gigantic city, so
I mean, I can imagine if you put that stuff up on, let's say, city website or whatever gets printed out as a city communications, you know, people who are considering
right.
moving in here, that could be like, you know, they might
Exactly.
just, especially the young people seem to be a lot more curious about, you know.
Right,
this
and
type of
there's
things,
other
and
parts
so-
about it too, that's like, do you have a economic commission and can you name all the businesses in Woodbridge, which is like, again, like for New Haven, can you imagine naming all the businesses? That would be insane, but like Woodbridge, you can actually, there's not that many, we can do it. And it does make it more
Right.
attractive
Right.
to people when you say like, look, here's our economic.
But then they want you to do like a small business day, right, like ways to connect residents to your small businesses.
But again, because we only have like, you know, not that many businesses.
Which, and
Four.
I know, we don't have many and they do,
Yeah.
we do that stuff, but
We can.
again,
It's
letting
easier.
the town and people thinking of the town
Yeah.
see it. It's like, oh, they don't have many businesses, but look, they do scarecrows in October and they have, you know, concerts on Saturdays in the summer and you see the things they do and it's like, oh.
Right, and like the fact that like a poet laureate, like
Yeah.
can we have a poet laureate in this town? That's pretty cool. Like how do we do that? How can we involve people? How can we get the arts going more? So anyway, so it's a pretty cool thing. It's a little bit labor intensive. It's like writing a grant. So there's a lot of dotting I's and crossing T's, et cetera, which we're in the very long process of. But it's not just us, it's actually, we can really actually only do a part of it because it really does take the entire time to do the other parts. So that's what we're working on now, and the next submission date is April. Which is also when Earth Day is, so we can get ramp up for all these things at the same
Yeah, I know,
time.
I say, so we should really plan
To get it done as fast as possible.
timely things. And, cause Earth Day should, now that we've done it once, cause it was huge, should start, you know,
Now.
I mean, other towns start a year in advance. It
Right.
really needs to start, now.
Did we hear back from Eversource or UI about the van?
They said no. They had said that it was already reserved for somebody else. That's what I emailed you back and said. I thought we had already reserved this.
Maybe she's confused.
That's what I'm hoping. And then I tried to search my email to see if like, did I have that? Because I swear there was an email that happened right after they backed out of.
Right, you just
I'll find
said
it.
Mm-hmm.
they
And
couldn't do it and you booked it for next year.
Right, I
Yeah.
swear we did.
I remember hearing that too.
I can't find an email that says that. And then when you sent this email now, and the lady was like, "Oh, sorry, it's already booked for another Earth Day." I'm like, "It's the other Earth Day, us." I'm hoping it is. I really hope you're confusing us with us.
We have Cyril,
So-
though, right? We booked him.
I did, but again, then it occurred to me too. I was like, "Oh God, is he gonna also say that?"
What's the UI van do?
It has like an energy efficiency van that demonstrates
it's a bus.
heat pumps and technology.
Yeah,
Like an education van.
yeah. It's a bus, and it's
And-
like you walk through it. And
Honestly, by that
Something
time,
happened
we
so
may
they
actually
weren't
have
here
built one
this time.
ourselves. So.
Which was a bummer, cause it was our
Use that.
connection from
yeah,
the Grove where people don't tend to go, like that was our connection piece. You go from
were
here
trying to have, like,
to
big
there,
flashy
to the
things
front
in
of the
each
library,
areas
like
and-
we spread everything out on purpose. But we tried to have things to bring you from one spot to the next. to
Oh,
the
was that
next.
the
And that was one of
the
the
mattress thing that we were like?
connections, so that was not
it's
it.
over underway that nobody wants to see.
Was it the wrong spot?
Well, there's that too. We won't make that mistake again.
Well, maybe it'll be a community center then, and that'll be a coffee pit stop.
Oh, I have dreams of
Very
it.
nice.
I can dream.
All right, so that's sustainable CT stuff. The newsletter. Lord, did that second lovely article that you wrote about
The gardening.
the gardening, did you submit that?
I did, but
Okay.
I haven't heard
No,
anything.
did you
I don't know if
give it
was
to
printed.
Woodbridge?
I didn't, I haven't sent it to Woodbridge.
Oh, okay, alright, I think
like,
go ahead, does anybody else have a?
Watch, but I
Alright.
will do that.
Go ahead and do that, and then I'll send it out as the newsletter thing for
Okay.
this month. I didn't wanna do it,
I don't know
Until
that I
I
read
knew
the
that-
second one all the way, so as long as you guys checked it, I'm good.
Well, I sent it to Rocky, I don't know.
well then that's it, he doesn't like reply, he just does it. As far as I
Okay,
know.
so I didn't see it, and I don't, so I don't know if it
Hold on,
it
I'm
was
on
printed.
it now.
If you send it to him, it'll get
It usually does.
it'll show up.
I don't see it though, oddly enough.
No, okay. So this was the second letter, the second
Yeah,
article
I don't see,
I
hold
wrote.
on.
Do we have one for the
Well,
lectures?
well, that's what I was gonna include, send that too, but again, I wanted to see, so when I send it as the newsletter to the emails that you get, I'll include that on there too. But, we can always send that separately because that's just the thing they have to post. Maybe Laura, can you try sending it to him again, cause I don't see it here at all.
Okay, I'll send it to him again.
So, again, for our newcomers, we try to
And I'll
have.
CC you so
Okay.
that you see that I sent it.
Okay, thanks. We try to have a article in the Woodbridge Town News that is no longer a physical paper, but online, every month. So we try to alternate if somebody can write something, and Laura has been wonderfully prolific with her gardening thing, so she actually has written a couple in a row, and it's like a little series now, which is great, because I think Tom was next, and I don't think he wrote anything, so I appreciate you filling in.
So you can be thinking about your
Yes,
article
think
you
about
want,
what,
right?
and like honestly, here's like how we put it too, like, this doesn't mean you have to write an essay on like pollinator pathway or something, like, we just want something in the paper to draw people's attention, like, we're joking, I'm joking, but I'm not joking, like, you can make a crossword, I don't care, like, it just has to be something. I actually
Yeah,
think
hers
we're
was
all-
wonderful, like in her voice talking about what.
It's what you get as the
Wait,
newsletter.
did you hear
It's
that?
the same thing.
Did you hear that?
What did Stephanie volunteer to do? I said I love writing.
She loves writing.
But I'm
Sold. Excellent.
Excellent.
Done and done. Yeah. So again, like, we like to so it would be great, like, do it your particular, like, Laura loves to garden, so that's what she did hers on. If you
Whatever your
like
interest
the
is.
consumerism
Yeah, it would be
aspect
great
of it,
to
or
have, 'cause we
event,
haven't had
yeah,
something like that, that would be awesome.
No, so I don't remember how long that was in the email which I received. Are you talking
They're
like a
not
couple of paragraphs, like two?
Yeah.
Or like
I would
what,
say
like a
3
one
paragraphs.
pager,
Yeah,
like a
like
Word
one-
document,
yeah.
one page type
Yeah.
stuff?
1 page or less.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just want to have a presence.
It was
honestly.
well
Yeah, just a few
received on
paragraphs.
the
Yeah.
Woodbridge Watch, from what I saw,
Right.
a lot of positive comments,
And
so.
that gets included in the newspaper that goes to our city residents.
So it used to be that was the physical
Correct.
actual newspaper print one. That's no longer printed. So
Okay.
it's only an online thing now. I honestly don't know how many people are still reading it, but
Who printed it?
Rocky.
And that's
The recent one?
once a month thing?
No, not the
Yeah.
town
Well,
newsletter
again,
that
now that
comes
it's
out,
online,
but
it's just
the
always.
paper
So there's no longer
Yeah.
deadlines or anything.
Well,
You just
same
have to
one
hit
as
by
town
certain
On a rolling
Right.
basis,
So
you just
now it's
contribute.
print
Yeah.
online.
So we
We
just
try to
send
do
it,
one once
which
a
kind of
I
works for
used
us.
to read it through and I haven't seen it at
See,
all.
you know,
I
if-
haven't
Yeah, I'm just
seen
curious
anything.
about who
So
actually
I mean, I
maybe
teach a
that
class on
anyway.
sustainability. I
They
could
get a
ask
thing
my
that people
students
know.
Put an email
you know,
out
they do
every
research
day with
on
a link and
many
say,
such topics.
this is
Is
the
it okay? Can we
paper
have like student
if I
written
can
stuff
read it.
included
Yeah,
in
I
the
haven't
newsletter?
seen it
Here's the
since
biggest
it's
secret of the
stopped
Woodbridge
being
Town News.
But there
is
was
that
a
anyone
video
can
piece.
publish anything.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Anyone can publish anything. They don't seem
I
to
mean,
care.
I can
So
I do read
come up
the-
with like
whenever
several such pieces if I give the
Oh, yeah,
assignment
I
to
did
my
my
students,
coffee
and it
Yeah, I
can
read
become
the
part
paper
of
and I
their
So I would say, would you
class.
want this to be
I would
this
do newsletter
information
thing,
that's
newsletter.
useful
It's
to the
probably the
people of
one, like,
Woodbridge
print
that
thing that
draws attention to the sustainability
really
community
regret
and things
that
they
they
can,
stopped doing.
tips
Yeah.
and that kind of thing, or something
But
that
I'm
might be a
curious
good
because
thing.
I'm like, can
That's
we
all.
sponsor a
Do
couple
we,
of
we
them
don't have
to
a little
come
logo
out,
on it, do we?
Ooh.
print
No, because the
version?
way that they get
No, it's
sent
like
to him,
anti-sustainable.
it's, he can't do
It's
it.
like you can put them in your garden.
So they, we don't have
How
to
does
go
it
in.
send
Computers use a lot of energy and
Just
art.
email it,
Or
because they've always said they
in
can't
warehouse
QR,
somewhere.
It's just like a postcard QR code,
so
like this is
they
this,
can't embed
this
pictures,
week's,
but they've
this
said.
month's
Yeah, all my memberships, if they offer a magazine,
Text
like,
only,
he will
is
send
that what he's
physical
saying?
copy to me.
I think so, pretty much, not like a logo.
If I can have
Alright, I'll have to to
See, I have a reading
But try, I mean,
problem
right.
I'll
issue
look-
with
I'll
the
look at it
tracking.
to see what
So
it-
if I'm reading something on the
if there's
screen, I'll just
anything.
keep reading this.
Other things have logos.
It could.
Yeah, so I think
So,
it's in, sometimes
hard
it's
copy
in
is a lot
the,
easier for me.
or
Yeah,
sometimes
no,
it's
it's
like
okay,
a
like,
communication,
I need that hard
like
copy.
a picture meaning a photo, yeah, I get it, but if
Can't be on my
it's,
computer that much.
if you're
I wanna
sending
say, like, sometimes we
PDF,
have.
can you, is he
Have you
dropping
already
it in
talked about
PDF,
this,
is he
Micah?
dropping it in?
No, I
as-
think he's dropping it
You
as
got- oh my
text.
God, I
Yeah,
can't-
they want it either as a Word
They'll call
document.
it
I have a cousin-in-law that's
Or it
Micah.
goes in as an email, like you can just send plain email. And I think he
Oh,
copies it.
really? Spelled the
Yeah.
same way?
No, with an H at the end.
So we should.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But like, it's just like I'm trained.
JPEG
Yeah.
Now, is the
logo
Science
can
Fair
that be,
Club,
we can
is
even
it
make
like-
it.
Can I
High
ask
school
you
kids
a
together?
question? So besides the water
Let's look into
conservation
that.
article that I gave you, is there any interest in my writing something about non-renewables?
Yeah.
Sure, we always need more
Yeah,
articles.
do it.
Yeah.
Sorry, just to be clear, when we say non-renewables, in what context are we using that term?
Your screen is freezing a little bit. Do you guys know that?
It's, that's
No, no.
for you, it's
Now
not
it's
freezing
okay.
for
Now
us.
No,
Okay.
it's not freezing.
But-
It's Diana's behind the. That's why you're not seeing who's talking.
No. You guys were actually frozen.
That would be your
Sorry.
computer though.
Leslie, when you're talking about non-renewables, like what context are you using? Are you talking about?
I hate using the word extinction, but actually depleting natural
Resources.
things that we get, such as fossil fuel, obviously, but things like
Minerals.
materials, rocks,
Natural
minerals.
resources, got it, okay, thank you. We don't need to turn this around anymore.
I mean, the thing is, my feeling is if we don't start looking at those aspects, we're not going to be able to recycle anything because we won't have it. And I know I'm talking future generations, but I can see, I've lived in Woodbridge almost 40 years, and I can see what's happened to the land, and I can see differences in just the ability for plants to survive. The trees, and they're becoming a big problem. You talk to Warren, he'll tell you. But it's also, I'll give you a fast example. When I first moved here, one of my goals was to put any pretty looking rocks I could find. There was mica and quartz and all that. And I had a hard time finding those things. Now, all I have to do is walk up and down my driveway and everything's exposed. Also just the terrain of the land has gotten somewhat unmanageable. That's why we've got so much flooding, things like that. So I guess in essence, what I'm looking to do is to enlighten people about their choices in what they do. For example, using wood as opposed to vinyl plank, which is great stuff, and it's sometimes even more expensive than wood. But just being able to swap out things so that we can sustain what we have. Recycled vinyl plank is ideal. And that's just an example. I have some in my own house, but it's just that I feel like we're sometimes raping the earth, Mother Earth. And I just am very committed to keeping things the way they are and being able to go forward knowing that we can, do those things in a conscious and boy, to be free of guilt, as we're using natural supplies, water included. So
I would say absolutely write it, and let's have, my goodness, if we can get enough, sometimes we're like, where nobody can write anything, and sometimes, I love this, that we have actually.
Yeah, get a queue.
Yeah, let's queue it up, and we can have them ready to go, and just, put them out every month, or if, my goodness, if we have so many that we want to put them out every 2 weeks, then that's fine. It's an online paper now. No, but it's an online paper now, so we don't have to deal with the deadlines the same way as we did before, and it's not published once a month. It's just always there online. So like right now, when I go and search for Laura's thing, it's not coming up the way that it did when she first published that other one, where it was like right on top. So
something like this?
Yeah, so that was her first one, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, that was definitely the first one. So like, and in one sense, now that it's an online thing, it's whatever is at the top is what people are going to read. So like, we do want to have that refresh rate kind of
It's
situation.
almost like running a blog.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. And so like how this came up is when it was like a physical paper, anti-physical therapy, and they may pay for this, I have no idea, but like they have a whole section, and I was like, how come we don't have a like I want a section. We should have a section of the paper. Now we will fall within that if the town is publishing that little newsletter again, we count it that we're a town thing. So like certainly some of our stuff is going to be in there, but I don't know that we want to have like a full article
We'll
the
probably
same
be
way.
limited
It's not
anyway,
gonna-
because
right.
he said in the last one was keeping it only to
Right, as
2
they
pages,
should too,
so.
right. So, they have like the library events, I'm sure we can have our lectures on there, that kind of thing. But again, I think we wanna have a presence, so. Leslie, also, of your to-dos from last time, did you have a chance to talk to the dog co-op about having more regular swaps?
No, that I confess I haven't been able to do.
Okay.
But I will, I promise.
Okay, very
I
good.
will.
In terms of one of my to-dos was the PA system. Allison said they are working on it. I begged if they could do one thing for us for Earth Day, between now and Earth Day, if that could be, we would super love. And
Good
it would
for
not just
Woodbridge,
benefit us, it would benefit everyone.
Yeah, like Woodbridge, like me, could benefit
Yeah,
from it as
I
well.
know. I don't think it's happening by next month,
No.
but nonetheless,
We have a table, right?
yes, we do.
Do we need that poster that says our?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Um,
I don't
Do
think
we
I
still
have it
have
anymore.
it? You have it?
I did not take it back from Earth Day. But I can print another one.
I might have it.
Just print
I have a
it
lot
on
of stuff in my
screen.
basement right
I
now.
feel like one of us would throw it out.
Yeah, we don't throw things out. So yeah, well, that's a good segue.
I
Any-
have the ghetto
we're-
cardboard one.
Well, I like that one too. Listen, I just saw the pictures from that from last year.
I think it's on
It fits the
brand.
theme.
So yeah, so
Right.
everyone, Woodbridge Like Me is coming up October 5th. It's gonna be on the town green. If it's nice out, do a happy non-rain dance. It'll be in the high school again. If there is rain, that's where it was last year. So we will have a table for the sustainability committee. Plan to be there if you're in town. We need to decide, are we going to do we want to do any other kind of survey? We kind of left that up in the air last time. Do we have any thoughts on having a survey?
What
Do
do
we?
you want to
I don't
survey?
know. Do we care? Do we want to do an update from last year?
So the Conservation Commission does a quiz on like
Okay.
how well do you know like the history and the conservation
Yeah.
facts about Woodbridge, and people really enjoy it.
That's true. I was thinking about that recently of like how much people like competition in terms of like but like bar trivia and like these little things.
Yeah, so
like
we give
that.
them
And
like
it gets people
we
excited.
give them a
We're
little
doing that in
quiz,
the
they fill it out,
next year.
and then we like score
Yes.
them and we tell them,
You definitely need to.
You don't know anything.
My kids will be there. They're like all about it.
Did someone win something by doing
Pack
that?
your bags.
Could it be like
We were giving away
Yeah, we have
seedlings.
stickers.
Yeah, no, we
We
can
were
have
giving
something
away
to give away. We
seedlings,
just
but
have-
people were,
Sustainable
we were
stickers.
just, they were getting them anyway. So I think it would be fun to
I
do
think
a
that's a great
facts,
idea.
like facts
Right.
quiz on like what we've accomplished.
Yeah,
right.
How sustainable we
Well,
are.
like, it can not even. It can be bigger than that too. It can be like, is this recyclable or not? Like just have little facts in there for things that have like gone on in the last.
Does Woodbridge recycle thin film plastic?
Yeah. Well, yes, we do. I'm
All right,
very
I can make that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
You wanna do the quiz?
Yes.
All right.
I'll make the quiz.
The teacher
Can
wants to
I
make the
get,
quiz.
I don't know,
Yeah.
can
It's
I
gonna go
bring
on Magic
my
School and put it all
You should do the
brush to
You
the
can
landfill
recycle
or whatever? Yes, you can.
Yeah,
Oh,
chicken
gosh,
is
that is the
also
endless-
not too greasy, right?
Yeah.
What?
No,
if
grease
there's-
is fine.
Now they've said it's
Don't take
fine.
grease.
Well,
Oh,
Cheryl told us
make
that-
sure
I know.
that's
She
fine.
constant-
Okay.
Make sure
constant
that's
like,
fine.
fully
I just
knows-
got into an argument with
This is
Colette.
like the biggest
Oh,
argument in
Said,
the
get
world.
those boxes out of the trash, they can go in the recycle. No, they can't.
No.
Let's
So
just
a
set they
MRF will
can.
take them
I
down
read
to
that.
their facility and then just throw them in the trash.
Yeah, well, the problem with the recycling too though is the town will take them. But that doesn't mean the company that picks up at your house will take them.
Yeah, they're different.
They are different.
Every
Private
day is
So
haulers
we
have
can
different
speak for the
rules.
town, but we
Yeah.
can't speak for.
Don't private haulers bring it to our transfer station?
Yeah, but they still have their own rules.
They have their own rules
Just like how they
because-
don't separate the glass. They're like, oh, no problem.
But so everybody brings it to the same place, there's like only so many like sorting centers that deal with.
Right, but it's their
Materials.
personal, I don't wanna deal with it, so therefore we don't take it.
All right, but anyway, so let's. So
And
Alyssa,
they can, cause
you're
they're
on that
private,
quiz.
Yeah.
and you're
Lana,
paying them,
If you want, I can provide you endless trivia.
paying
If
them.
you want, because
Yeah.
we do research, so we kind of find super interesting facts.
Sure,
about these
yeah,
things.
if you wanna email me.
But I don't
Find
need
some
email.
interesting
Um,
facts about Woodbridge.
Lana, can you bring in your iPads like you did last time to be able to do the
Yeah.
quizzes?
Oh, you want me to make it a Google form? Cause then it'll automatically score it.
Yeah.
It has to be a Google Form.
Yeah.
We printed
my
them.
iPad.
Well, good thing you're not the
Yeah.
sustainability committee.
That's what I was saying.
That's not
We
sustainable.
had a
Oh,
talk,
we can make a
we had
QR
a talk with them about it, single-sided, printed on 3 pages.
Oh, gosh.
20 questions.
Deep shade.
Well, you can talked about that, it will not happen
You
again.
can print them,
text
put them in
message
clear
or
sheets,
something
use
like
wire
that.
text
Yeah.
markers, and then
Well,
you
everybody-
can
okay.
erase.
The emails will all be on today's minutes and everything too. I have.
I find people were more receptive to
Paper.
the
They do. There's
paper.
always a few people that want the paper, but we did really well with the
iPad.
survey on the iPads. When we had the QR code too for people to do it on their phones.
Yeah, and if you call it a quiz instead of a survey, they think
Right.
it's.
Then it sounds exciting.
People are getting much more digital, even the
Yeah.
non-digital people. If you, cause they know how to do the iPad, and then the ones who know how to use the QR code is like even better.
Yeah.
Cause now I can walk and do it.
That's right.
Right. I don't have to
That's right.
stand here.
I don't
all
have
the
to
time.
stand here, I can go get a pretzel and finish en route, you know.
All right.
Maybe we should be handing out pretzels too. Then they're not-
Should we bring one of the film plastic recycling boxes to
Yes.
Woodbridge Like Me?
Laura, do you have stickers still for prizes? Or
Do
who
I-
had who had
Leslie
the cash,
had them,
or
but I
Leslie
think
had
I
the cash
have-
and stickers?
I do.
Leslie has.
Okay.
I have some, yeah.
Do you still have some?
Where was I just?
I have some, I also have the bookmarks.
Okay. Bring all those.
See
It's
what-
who is planning on being there for Woodbridge Like Me?
Most
I-
likely.
I'm
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't know.
I don't
committee.
know the date.
We're
October.
October fifth,
October
I
Saturday.
can't be there the whole time. I'm in the fashion show.
La-di-da.
Well.
I'm on the committee and
What time
in
is
the
it?
fashion.
Yeah, what time
show.
It is 11 to 2. Laura, is that correct? 11 to 2?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I
Correct.
Laura's in the fashion show.
And we're
too,
doing
is that what
Laura's on
costumes
the-
too, right?
That runs it. And of course she's on the
Somebody twisted my arm.
11 to 2, yeah.
Costumes as well, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing costumes.
5th of October, right?
Costumes and winter wear free
Yeah,
cycle.
yeah.
Oh, that's
We
a
need,
lot.
like, a
Okay,
whole
I better
section.
do
I was just somewhere and they were selling those same stickers.
Do you need those clothing racks at all?
10
Which
or
clothing
11
racks?
to
That
2.
you like hang out
October 5th?
stuff on?
Like
Or
your.
for
So
the-
we
5th of
have a
October?
couple.
Yes, Saturday.
I
Saturday.
have another
Saturday.
one.
Okay.
We have 2 really good ones and a whole bunch of really bad ones.
Yeah.
Alright.
So in theory,
So we don't need any bad ones,
Plenty of those.
cause we got a lot of those.
oh yeah, but we have those other ones from
I'm storing.
the running club ones too, that we can use.
I'm storing
Oh, yeah, the
funny
3 of
yeah.
the rickety IKEA ones.
Okay, yeah, we're good on clothing.
We have a
ones.
lot of
We have a
those.
lot of those. We need
Okay.
hangers
I'd
though,
love to
by
get
the
them
way,
out
does
of my
anybody have
basement,
hangers?
actually. I'd love to get some, we don't need them anymore.
I have a bunch of
Don't give them
hangers.
away.
You bring them into school. I did the lost and found thing today, and it's all like the mishmash of horrible hangers. And I
They're
haven't
adult
really-
hangers.
That's
Is
okay.
that okay?
A lot of the clothes are strangely large.
Well, and the thing is, even when they're small,
They fall off the little.
they fall off, so
That's
the big
true.
one keeps them from falling,
Okay.
they look
Because
weird,
somehow everybody's
'cause they're
zipper
like
is broken.
scarecrows,
It's like left.
but they at least stay up on the
Do you want
hanger.
me to send them in with Ethan and Nora?
Yeah, just tell them to go put them on the lost and found rack
Okay.
in the hallway.
Okay.
They can find them. They're beautiful. All right.
Is the rack
Got
up?
that down, otherwise I
You didn't
won't
see it
remember.
today?
No, I was running late, and then I didn't know,
Shame.
I didn't know you guys were
Shame.
running late. Or I would have seen it on my way out, but I was rushing.
They didn't.
And I just told Anthony yesterday, I'm like, they'll be here really soon.
All right. Other exciting
They're
things in the
on
world.
order.
Film plastic recycling at Beecher Road School. So film plastic.
Everyone was really excited at that
Awesome.
one open house.
Yeah?
That's good.
Yeah,
They didn't
for
really care
yours?
when I announced.
Are they sturdy and really good?
Crickets for us.
They
Oh,
are
I
pretty
was like,
sturdy.
we're gonna get a
We
bed.
had one year at the
Yes,
fourth
they have
grade.
wheels and brakes.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
Sturdy,
Oh,
that's
that's
like
yours.
I wheeled them
not
down.
the boot,
The one
for-
too.
well, the boot too.
Yeah,
But
we're
for
gonna wheel them
tomorrow.
around. Yep. I wheeled those around. I mean, they weren't put up right there. I wheeled them.
So really, those and
Get
that's
rid of
what
the
my
syrup.
daughter-
Nope. They showed him.
You brought it back one day.
Standing.
You put it in the
One, I'm
bin.
pretty happy with them.
The chicken card.
Oh, yeah, I came in.
Ethan came home with this
Oh,
one
love
for
that.
chatting with our students in school, like,
Such
in a
a-
row, and I'm like,
Oh,
you're not, why are you carrying
One.
this?
It's been in special ed for like 40-something years.
They're labeled.
So we were like, come in, you guys
Racks
can
are
do
labeled.
this.
Yeah, but if we're gonna use
So
it
then
tomorrow,
she had a
we'll
lot
take the
of,
stuff
lot of
off it.
feedback for the principal
No, I
after
want
the
to.
presentation.
No, I want
was
to wheel
like,
the lost
oh,
and
dear.
found out so that people take the lost and
We
found.
brought my mother-in-law to
That's what I
my
wanna do with that
house.
all the time.
I don't care about that.
I know, but no,
Bethany.
those aren't those PTO for this.
No, she does for like the New Haven School
I
District.
wouldn't use it for
but she's on the
Send
list to
out,
like
but-
help out
No,
and do
no,
whatever.
but I wanna to
I
come
think so.
out
Yeah,
for every
and
single.
then
I
she
know,
was
but I
like
want it to
finding
come
out
out for
about
every
PTO,
single thing.
and she's like,
And
oh,
the people take their stuff.
one of the
and
board
we don't
of meetings
get
I'll be
involved.
attending. I was like,
All the same.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm like, thank God, because I can't join another
More
meeting.
than two.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna break the news to my husband, we are not at the
Alright, I have another one that is tall, kinda like these ones that I can bring.
Alright, we're off task.
Alright, yeah, we got a little, whew. That film plastic does that, you know?
So exciting.
So, film plastic. We're working on seeing if we can have more locations to donate in like the center of town, so at the library or in the town
Library
center
would be a great
building.
For the film,
Yeah.
we are.
Yeah.
So am I supposed to contact?
No, not yet. We have to get everybody to agree to it first, so Mika's working on that. Because the other problem because of course, just like with any of these things, is if you're gonna have the thing there, then you have to make sure that people know how to use it correctly, or else it's just gonna get trashed. And it's not helpful if people are gonna put wet or dirty plastic bags in there, and then we have a whole bunch of trash that could have just gone in the trash. So we are working on making sure that that can all happen in a happy way, so that it's useful.
So approval and then an article explaining how to do it?
Maybe.
Putting it in front of
Well,
the
that's
library.
getting-
So it's kind of the plastic stuff that we go and return to the store?
Yes,
kind of
exactly.
stuff?
That
Okay.
is, not just like it, that is it. That's exactly it.
Okay.
But
So
you
it-
said it's the stuff that you can make a fingerprint in.
Yeah,
that you can
It's
stretch.
flexible
Stretch.
a little bit,
So your idea is to, instead of making people go to Stop and Shop and we collect it here
Yeah.
in town,
Yes.
and then we do the job of taking it to the store or wherever.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we get a bench.
So, yeah, so the program is actually through Trex. Stop and Shop is actually doing it through Trex. That's where all their stuff goes. That's the closest one for us. There's lots of stores that do it. If we're taking it on as, I forget what it's called. So it's hard to reach. 1,000 pounds is a crazy lot. Picture a big garbage bag stuffed really tight, full, 15 to 20 pounds is what that
Yeah,
will
we
be.
need 1,000.
If it's really, really packed. So my figuring, and we've just kind of started doing it, but in a little bit of time, the very last month of school and first week and a half, like I said, you can fill that for about 20 pounds. If everyone was doing it and bringing it to school, I would leave with 20 or more pounds every week. So you could be doing 100 pounds a month. You would hit 1,000 pounds in a year.
And what's the benefit of reaching 1,000 pounds?
Now, so if we hit 1,000 pounds with the program we're involved in, we get a bench, which Ms.
And it's
Sherman's,
made out
Made out
of.
of Trex, made out
and
of
it's made out of the
recycled
Trex.
And so
Recycled
put
plastic
it somewhere in the
material.
city.
In the school.
So we'd go to,
It's
this one
so
would go to
we
Beecher,
did it.
they're doing the pilot
Yeah.
Okay.
for this. If the town takes it on, we would look into that steps ahead, it would be a different program. We'll see where that goes. I'll explain that to you in a second. So it does take gathering it, weighing it, taking a picture. I take a picture when I drop it off at Stop and Shop, and then I upload it and send it, and it keeps track. Fine, not that too big of a deal. If I'm taking 20 pounds a week, so be it. If it turns out, we're a small town, but if it turns out like there's enough, the way bigger municipalities work is they get a baler, and when they have a
Enough,
certain
yeah.
amount, 6 bales, I think it is, Trex sends, the trailer comes and gets it and takes it away. They will actually, you can get the baler from them and you slowly work off that payment. So you get money for all this plastic you're turning in. Instead of a bench at 1,000 pounds, you get X amounts of dollars, which is paying for that baler. So if it turns out there's that much, that's the route we can go. In the meantime, even if we don't get a bench, we just recycled all this plastic, it didn't go in the garbage. So it's a win, no matter
doing it
what,
correctly?
but a
Deadline,
bench
though.
would be really cool.
No, are people doing it correctly?
It looks pretty good.
Because I'm
I'm
wondering.
doing it.
The paper labels that come on things
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
You're supposed to
I
cut
take them off.
off. It even says it like on your Amazon things.
Right.
It even says return to your
Store
stores,
store
and it
drop.
says cut the label off.
I don't read that
We
well.
should probably put that directly in any newsletters or like take pictures
That's
of like people cutting
That's
it out.
important.
Cause
So
I didn't
actually,
do that, I didn't know.
Yeah, and I think it's, I am going to reach out to them again to talk to the woman now that we're actually, people are bringing stuff in and doing it. Most recycling, it's like, okay, like no more than 20%, like they make a big, 10%, they make a big deal about it. And so you get, like in our school anyway, I know they get real nervous about it. But then when you actually look, it's like, it isn't diapers and tons of, you know, non-recyclables. It's a few things in the big bin. There's like a handful of items. It's not 10%.
But there's also like, what is 10%? Is it 10% quantity? Is it 10% volume? 10%
Either way,
weight?
it mostly isn't. It's
Yeah, no,
done
no,
pretty
totally.
good. And when garbage is thrown in recycling, it's usually a whole big lump, and you can kind of scoop the whole lump and toss it. It's a couple random pieces here and there. So, a couple labels I don't think is going to make a difference, but I am going to call Trex because now people are bringing it into the school. So I want to clarify. I want to see, can we bring in the black? Because you can bring in pallet wrapping, but like I buy pellets in the winter and mine comes clear and then it's got a big plastic bag over it.
So like the plastic bubble wrap that Amazon sends packages in, you can use that too?
Yeah, it says it right on there.
Yeah, so they have like that triangle, and inside that triangle they say store drop off.
I think you should do an
Explicitly they
article,
mention.
but
Yeah.
pictures.
Pictures and,
Like
can we do pictures?
So that's what
Pictures.
Lana did for the principal's message.
You guys read them.
I did read it.
I read it, but for also the town and
There's pictures on there?
but there's no pictures in yours.
Yeah, the principal's message it actually went in, and she used
Go
it.
back. Were there pictures?
I don't remember, I read the article.
I
Did you
read it
go
too.
Did you keep scrolling? It was at the end of the article.
Did you read the whole article or did you say, ooh,
There was a
Lana's article made it to the...
Yeah.
Forget it, you know what?
There was a- there was a beautiful graphic.
Do you want me to
that
pull
I
it
thought
up?
was quite
Yeah, I do, actually I do
And-
wanna see it.
So this is
I
probably an
wonder also,
awareness
like,
issue
teaching,
because
like,
you
a
know
little
I didn't know
teaching
town
of
does
people
this. You know
how
I
to
just
do it.
It's
like in a
new.
month
Right.
I kind of collect it in my
sorry,
house
sorry,
and then
sorry,
go
I
to
just
Stop and
read
Shop
that.
and
That's
dump
what
it
you're
off.
talking
you know.
about?
It's
Yeah.
new.
Oh,
We
she's
started
talking about
the last
somebody cutting
month
like
of
a
school
picture of
magazine.
somebody cutting
I
out.
like that.
And
This is the
Lisa just put it in the principal's
Oh, I
message.
did see that
So
graphic.
it's
Okay, alright.
I saw that graphic, but
It's
I was
not
wondering,
like-
Yeah, yeah, the
like
cutting,
mine's
I'm gonna
not
mention
wide.
it in the
Anything
next
you drop
one.
it off
there's a
there.
couple
Right.
other
But
things
it's
that I
not,
have it
okay.
for that
You know,
I
if you have
just
a
am like,
beacher
is
kid,
this-
you drop it off. If your
Can I
kids
do
are at
this?
Amity, you're probably not going to. You're
I
just
can
gonna be
refresh
shopping.
it
I
with
took
your
off-
item.
I buy an
I
English
just didn't-
cucumber and
Yes,
just
but
wrap
it
it.
just went in the principal.
Can I
Okay,
do this?
awesome.
So
But
yes,
the,
it's
the
not.
Now we
biggest,
know you
the
don't need
biggest
the
test
principal's
is the thumbprint.
No, I
If
do
you can
read.
push
I
the
do
thumb
read that,
without
but maybe
tearing,
there's just
like
so much
a
information.
There is.
Yeah,
The
it's
raisins in.
But like I
Raisin
said, it's been only like a week, and
Yeah,
the
they
front
wrap
one's
it in
full, the
plastic.
one
Everything's
near
wrapped.
Lost
Like
and
little
Found
boxes?
Yeah, and then
they
there's
like,
one in a weird
Yeah,
place by
shrink
Chad,
with
which
the
I
camera.
toured Vito today. You
Or
should
like,
get
remember the
out.
plastic they would wrap
And
around
that one's half full,
CDs?
so.
See,
That
I'm just
plastic
thinking
is
that
no.
we
Oh, that's a
may
no?
need a more
That plastic
effective
is
way
but
to
you
communicate
can't-
these
but
things
if you don't
because
stretch.
Yeah,
so
I think I already
easy
did it wrong there.
for things to get lost
I
in a
think we
bunch
need
of
more.
text which
Okay.
comes
If
in.
I'm doing
You
I
know?
know.
We don't love the
There
principal's
is one that
message.
felt like
But
that
that's
CD
one-
wrapping
that's a
plastic
one
that I
we do every day.
could stretch a little and I was like, well, I got a thumbprint in there, so.
Yeah, I was like,
I
this
think,
is
you know, like
stretchy,
there's some,
it's not
there's a
ripping, but I was
advertising
like,
concept of like you have to keep hitting
Yeah.
people
As long as
multiple
it's
times with the
stretchy,
same
that's what
information
the
you put in there,
Energize
so-
CT or
So-
We can put it in the
Recycle
newsletter
Girls
now,
As
though.
long as you can stretch your,
Yes,
make
we
it
can
imprint
if we
without
wanted
it ripping, it's
To put
good.
something on a sandwich
It is
board for
confusing, I
pickups.
agree.
Why
Like,
not
I mean,
the,
that's
why
nature
not
of
the thin
plastic,
film
right?
stuff
It's
that's
not
not
stretchy.
stretchy?
Right. Our
That's
newsletter
my
only
next
gets
question,
like
why not the
100
thin
people
film
or
stuff
something,
that
so
isn't
that's not
stretchy?
great.
Because it's a different, I think it's a
No, the
different,
town,
it
the
has
new-
different
the
properties
paper
that they
one.
can't.
Oh, that one.
recycle.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
all.
there's a different
That
chemical.
it's back to the
I think we
different.
need more
The
information.
Newton and Center,
So
where you know
before
many times
we-
people put up
Before we
temporary
break for the
like
evening,
you
are we
know
back on the agenda?
stars
now
for
that
selling
we've
No, we're not
done
done.
our
plants and that kind of
subcommittee
stuff. You know,
done?
if
Hold
like
on,
a
back-
board could be
sorry,
put there, I
bring it
guess
back
you know
in.
people
Thank
will
you,
see
Diana.
that.
Alright,
You know.
When, if it goes to other locations, that would be good.
so you're doing fast.
Or the Amity and
Okay,
Center.
let's
Road.
start if you can hear what I
Because
say.
A lot of great ideas, a
Just
lot of
the
great
future
ideas.
right now.
Alright,
So is she's awesome.
the town is
We want it
working
closer there.
on a bigger food waste
But it's gonna
diversion
grow.
thing.
It's
Okay.
not there yet.
Okay.
And they're, I think they didn't confirm that they did submit the grant, but the grant was due on September 4th, that hopefully got submitted. That that we'll do a pilot program for a bigger food waste diversion and more options.
Townwide?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
So obviously, you know, as grant things do, like, I mean, it was submitted, I think it wouldn't like be dispersed or anything like that for many, many months, but like working on actually having a collection point at the transfer station.
Who did the grant go through?
Like what government organization?
Yeah.
So
A big thing.
A bit.
could that be something I could pitch to the WCC when I talk to them about
What's the WCC?
the Woodbridge Child Care
Child-
Center?
Oh.
Like, would that be like, so they have it at the transfer station, but we also might collect
I
that?
don't think we want
Hold
to
on,
pitch
the
anything
food
to
waste thing
anybody.
you're talking
yet.
about, the transfer station?
Yeah,
It's just a feasibility study for this year through
Oh,
Department of
okay.
Ag,
right.
US Department
Okay,
of
Yes.
Agriculture, right?
so not there yet.
Yeah.
So we're not,
Okay.
Yeah, we're not pitching anything.
Okay.
No pitching. We just want to find out what they do so that we can figure out
Plan
how
for
we-
the future.
Exactly.
well, because
like-
Blue Earth already comes right
Absolutely.
now to Beecher, it's like, are there another couple locations that they
That they
could
could
potentially pick up at the same time?
Gotcha.
And like it would
High
be,
school.
I mean, as you're familiar with Beecher, like it would be the same pickup for Blue Earth.
Yeah,
Like
same
it's
thing.
gonna be those like bins.
Okay, and would they have to pay for a bin?
Oh, would
WCC have to pay for a bin? If they
No,
agree
so the
with
bin
our-
would be WCC, the senior center, and like equity in like the town complex,
The
right?
town would pay for the bin,
so at the moment I don't know the answer to that.
because
So
I
I
feel like that could be a roadblock.
Again, we're just trying to figure out ways.
What they do right now.
Right,
Figure
to
out the
see if
sorting
it can
part.
happen.
That's what
Right
we
now
like,
they don't
figure
sort
out-
anything,
yeah.
everything goes into the trash.
Gotcha.
So
Alright.
so like we want to get it so that people, once we figure out what happens downstream, that where anything can go, but like we need to get the, because there's two parts of all of this, you know, like it's the how can we make a workflow that you can do with this waste before it even if it's all going in the trash afterwards, like can we say like okay,
Yeah.
here's where the food waste is going and here's where like
Mhm.
can we separate the stuff?
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
so I knew there's potential for a lot more downstream.
And I think there's other grants to pay
Yeah.
for collection process and bins and things like that for phase 2 after the feasibility study.
Okay.
So all that's in the works. Big exciting.
Who
happening.
pays for Beecher's collection right now?
It
For a
was
while.
Green Team,
Yeah.
and
For,
now
it was
it's
started
part
as
of
PTO.
their,
It was Green Team,
now
and
it's
now they
part
got
of
it on
their
the budget.
budget.
Well, oh wow,
As part of like
Last
the
year,
kitchen. Wow. Stuff.
that's awesome.
It was a long
Yes.
road. to
Although
get
Green
there.
Team's still paying for the bags.
Well, you know,
Just saying.
and that February month that was never paid for.
Did it get paid yet?
Nope.
Alright, let's just do that.
I've tried. so
Email
many
me.
times.
No, I'll just,
Okay. All right. Again, our lecture series, for those of you who did not see it before, so the first one that's coming up is September 21st, 3 p.m. at the library, CT Rides. Going to talk all about different resources and programs that they have for ride shares and public transportation and that kind of thing that Woodbridge can participate in, or
Who
and
is
I
going to
can't be
deliver
at
the
the
lecture?
wedding.
someone from CT
I
Rides.
also remember.
They're going to come in person?
Okay,
Yes.
so maybe there won't
Yeah, I
be
wanted
a-
to ask
Yeah,
that
so-
next, like
so
what is our plan
that's
for
a
this
great-
year? Because I like doing those child programs, but I also don't wanna necessarily commit to every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the CT Rides thing, I mean,
It's
what
probably
we're
not
gonna
gonna
do?
be, yeah.
A little bus.
Can we, would they let us let high school kids run it?
I don't think anyone cares, so probably yes. I'll just say a yes on that.
Can we get the Green Team at the high school?
Sure.
Maybe
We can try.
run that.
We can try.
Let
That's
me
all I
email
need.
myself.
At the
So
library,
with
like
the-
the lecture series?
Yeah, because we were like taking care of the kids and I was like planning a little like similar
Every single
science
time,
lesson,
and they always
hands-on
missed it, too.
activity for the kids upstairs, just to attract families to come on a Saturday.
Mm.
But we both can't be at the first one.
Mm.
Oh, you're both right there. I'll miss you.
Do
You also
you need
put the lecture
speakers
series
for
out.
the-
See if
So that's
everybody
the-
wants
so at
to
the
sign
moment
up
we
for
have like, I don't know,
Support,
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lectures. We try to do them like once a month. Again, we can add more. We can add 1,000,000. That's totally fine. And the library, we reserve the library meeting room for that time. We have live experts from their field. So we have like CT Rides, and we have somebody from the Regional Water Authority. Then we have Energized CT heat pump guys. Then BJ is doing the December one of upcycling gifts. January, Diana, we were going to do energy audits of some kind. Do you want to do your thing again where you talk about them?
I can do energy audits, I can bring something.
Okay.
Should that say upcycling?
Upcycling gifts.
Does it say upcycling or recycling?
No, upcycling.
Okay, good.
Recycling
I thought
gift
you
sounds
said-
not nice.
Right.
Upcycling sounds fancy.
It does, but I
Re-
thought you said recycling,
It's like
and I'm like, wait,
That
did I
doesn't
miss
sound
that?
good. No, it says upcycling.
Okay, that's all. Just checking.
The February is Recycle CT people are coming. March is a composting thing with a guy who does a serious, amazing composting situation in New Haven. Yeah.
Heels on Wheels?
Yeah.
Domingo.
Nice.
It's crazy.
So
Crazy
these
good.
are all ones, except for the CT Rides is actually brand spanking new, and so is the upcycling of gifts. But otherwise, they're ones that we did last year. But again, we had our attendance it grew as the year went on. So we want to these are ones that we got the people back. Some of them they're actually different. The Recycle CT person is different because it was deep last year. But
who was responsible for getting all those electric vehicles at the Earth Day event?
Oh, the
What?
EV cars?
yeah, we reached out.
Thinking
to
like
them.
maybe somebody in that
We
group.
tried, so we tried for the
CT
EV, so Ken
rides.
Golden was gonna do it, but then he couldn't really commit. I can ask him again. So,
No, I was thinking that could be somebody who's into sustainable transportation.
yeah. No, so he would do it, for sure. And he has he has a whole video stuff, actually, and he is an IT person.
Can people?
Question?
Okay.
Just fast question, the Recycling Connecticut, what is that going to involve?
What's in, what's out?
Okay.
Which is
As
always,
according to Deep.
Which
no,
is great,
Recycle
I mean,
CT
people that were
share
very
that
interested in that on Earth Day,
In person
Laura and I
stuff.
were handing out those flyers like all over the place, but.
Yes, no, I think
um,
recycles, the what's in, what's out, we can never have too many times, because it's always different every time.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great idea. The other aspect of that was, and somebody that lives, well, another neighbor, who has children was commenting that he would love, I don't know, you're the Beecher people. Do they ever go on field trips to actual, the big recycling centers to show how it's done,
They
what's
used
done,
to.
what?
They used to, but they stopped.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of the regulations change with having.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in those
like not
places.
because we don't want to go, but because they wouldn't allow
they
us to
won't
go
let
anymore.
them. Oh, okay. Because he was asking about, he's from New York, and he said, he would love to have his kids actually go through that and understand. It's too bad we can't at least maybe even show a video of that.
There are
at some
still
point.
some great videos out there that can be shown.
Yeah, that would be
Follow
nice.
the garbage truck, an all-time favorite.
Can people see these lectures
Sorry, go ahead.
online?
Yes.
Just wanted
They are
to find
video,
out
much
what
like
it
our
was
thing is, and they are online on, they're at the bottom actually of the newsletter that you get from us. It has the link to it, but it's on the town YouTube channel.
And can people deliver the lectures online? The ones who are speaking, or they have to be here physically?
That has not happened yet. I'm not sure how well that would be received. Again, I think I want to make sure our audience is big enough first before we enter that idea.
Because if the remote option is an option for, then people, we could get a lot more interesting people from all over the world, speaking, I mean, I have contacts in Fortune 500 companies who run like sustainability programs for PepsiCo and Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, that kind of stuff. So if they're not going to be able to come here physically, but many of them will be happily give their time if they can deliver the lecture with Zoom or something
So I would
like
say,
that.
so one thing is, we have no budget for this to pay anyone.
No, so these are all kinds of professional friends of mine. So they'll just,
So there's that part
they
of
do
it.
it for free.
And two, I would say, so far our goals with this have been to educate people on stuff that is very like Woodbridge specific.
And relevant to residents.
Yeah, how to help them start composting, how to help them start. So, I think those might be lectures we'd all want to go to, possibly. You know what I mean? We'd be interested in that stuff, but I'm not sure what the community, or maybe as we get further and further along with this, they will be. Mm-hmm. So I think, what kinds of
as we get a
speakers?
bigger following, so to speak.
Yeah. So what are speakers, what would help people want to compost, you know, or what would help people want to recycle, or what would help people want to
So yeah,
garden, or
through the university, I also have contacts in like New Haven area where people working for, let's say, Honeywell in on the energy side, like how to help consumers make energy consumption related decisions and that kind of stuff. So they may or may not be able to come physically, but if the remote option is available, I think they'll be happily deliver the lectures for free over Zoom. So just in case,
Great.
if you need something like that, we could do that.
Laura, your hand is raised. Did you want to say something?
Yes, I just wanted to, if you're done, I just wanted to just add that I don't know, I'm sure all of you are familiar with the Shanti Rose Garden.
Yes.
In the Fitzgerald property, the cornfield.
Yes.
You're not familiar?
Yeah,
with
everyone
that?
is. Yes, and the gentleman just passed away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody's been to the Rose Garden?
No, it's beautiful.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, anyway, the person that created it, Durga Prasad, passed away, 87 years old. And he was the one that established it for his wife, in honor of his wife. And he's been in Woodbridge for many, many years. He lives down, and many of his, I think he has 5 daughters and 1 son, and they all live in Woodbridge. Most of them lived in Woodbridge. And he was a professor of business at Southern Connecticut Business Law. And so he passed away, and he established that Rose Garden, and everybody talks about it and goes and sees it, that what a beautiful tribute that, he created for his deceased beloved wife. And at the same time, he also established a fund so that the Rose Garden could be maintained, forever, pretty much forever, with the funds that he left behind. So I think, maybe a moment of silence or something for him, because he was really a wonderful human being, very kind, interested in nature and sustainability, and so.
Quality too.
Yeah.
That was part of the thing.
Yeah, and it's a loss for Woodbridge. So just wanted to mention that.
That was nice.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right, so I think that wraps a lot of things up. The other thing, just for our new members, or new, what I'm calling you, our new interested people, who I appreciate a lot. Earth Day is April 26th. Mark your calendars.
10 to 5.
10 to 5.
Well, a little longer.
Yeah, a little longer for us.
Yeah.
For you guys.
8 to 7 for Zoom.
We're gonna have our seedlings in hand.
In hand this time, yeah. So just mark that on your calendar. Come to it and also be planning to. It's gonna be wild. 26.
Yeah, and if you have
26.
contacts or people, it's local. It's everyone and everything.
It's just an excuse to have a big party,
In
honestly.
Woodbridge.
It was a really
And then they just have to figure out a way
job
to
last time.
tie in their sustainability to.
Because again, it's like the sustainable CT thing. It's not just, everything's not just like recycle. It's like, let's encourage local businesses. Let's, have artsy things. Let's have.
Yeah, it's our own little festival.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
sustainability.
the farmers markets
With
was
a
great.
sustainable
we were
flair.
tabling over by all the
You gotta get a bigger
farmers.
farmer's market
Yeah.
for next year too.
Yeah.
No, it was great, I thought.
But it was only like
It's a
3.
tough, it's,
Tough time of
early.
year.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a pull.
They're just barely opening and we're like, and
Bring
Come with your
everything
bring
you've
the stuff that
got.
hasn't grown yet.
Yeah.
So it is a tough time for them. So it was good. We are looking for more, maybe more music, like, you know.
Is there a Woodbridge Farmers Market?
No.
No, not anymore.
Not
There used to
anymore.
be a
There
while
was
ago.
for a short time.
So
And now it's
which
at-
Farmers Market
We had a farmer's market at.
At Earth
We
Day.
did it a one day at the Earth Day.
But does
Did
Massaro
you
Farm
get to go
have
to
a
Earth
farmer's
Day?
market?
We're doing it in Massaro.
It was
Orange
like,
is a
we
big
we
one.
had like all the,
Massaro
like,
had,
KCC was there.
you know, you could buy produce from
Oh,
Massaro.
yeah,
Was
for
there.
sure.
Was it
Assumption
on
Church.
the
You
same
can,
day?
you can
Was
go
it
there
over
and
the
buy
weekend
things
of,
too.
one of the weekends of, April vacation?
No,
No.
no,
It's the week after.
It was the weekend after.
yeah.
Well, then I don't know why I didn't go.
I didn't go. You missed a good time. But you'll be.
Nonetheless, but it was huge, so it was like food carts and music and
Sorcerer.
and a sorcerer
It was
and
entertainment. There was
many
food.
tables
Clothing
of
swap.
different.
Is it also
Tag
sometimes
sale,
like the
clothing
baseball
swap.
season too?
It is.
Yeah, that's what that was
That's
part of
how
it.
I-
Yeah.
But it was so much of the day you could.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
come on either
You could do both.
beginning or the.
Yeah, so by the way,
You
if
do
anyone
multiple
has
things.
any contacts to those kinds of things, like I tried to send out emails ahead of time to the different local small people sports and just said like, so FYI,
Well,
this is
My husband's on the
happening.
board of the baseball.
Yeah, so let them know
So
the
if you
date
could
now.
just let them know the date now and say like, hey, can we try to like, you
Yeah,
know,
I know.
I
Exactly, I was
know,
thinking.
exactly. But I just want to let people
They
know.
booked it over the Halloween hoot. I'm like, can we
Right.
move that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, just to say like this is a big thing, you know, people are, it's gonna involve a lot of people because like hopefully we get like the Beecher band
It's
and like
townwide,
other
and they
kind
can
of,
have a table there.
yeah.
They could recruit.
Were kids, did we have the bands playing at it?
We
Yeah,
did
the
not
chorus,
last year
didn't
because they were too busy and they need to be notified earlier, but we can notify them earlier
Yeah,
this
but
year.
choir
The
sang to
baseball
open it.
team would actually
Choir sang.
Choir
would
sang
do
to
well
open it,
to do
so they were
recycle,
there.
like a
But
recycle, like
we literally
sports
contacted
equipment.
Oh, that would
They
be
could
really
do that, a little
Everything
swap,
they could do.
swap, yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
that would be fantastic.
They need that.
Yeah.
And asked them to come.
Yeah, talk to.
So yeah, so if you have any contacts of that way, like please spread the word as soon as possible. They didn't care to hear from me, but
Did they already plan a schedule for the spring?
Oh god, no.
so maybe we can get them still.
Baseball promotes fitness and health, and they can do this.
And they can do the sports spot. That's a great idea. That's super. Like so, like the
That's
dog
amazing.
co-op did a
Even
big
with
like
soccer.
pet swap stuff, and
When
there
is
was
opening
huge.
day?
We had the clothing free cycle at Beecher that's
For
clothing and
like
shoes
t-ball,
and
baseball.
etc. But like
Is it May?
the sports one that's like
Yeah, I got a lot
prime.
of cleats right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that would be
I need to
fantastic.
just
It was
think
big
There's
with them.
some that are
I think
Yeah.
shin guards are on my porch right now, leaving.
And you can collect before and bring, and people can come and get, or you can do a
Yeah, they could do it right there. That'd be-
swap right there. It's honestly, it's easier and better to pre-collect, and then people come and take.
Because you
Then-
can organize it.
Right, because then they know they can come and take, because stuff was collected. Otherwise, like I come first thing in the morning, but I'm dropping off, but there's nothing for me to grab, but I came in the morning. Like, so to come later is tougher, but your call, a little easier that way. The dog park did it, but they were scooping stuff up on Buy Nothing so that they
Yeah,
have
they
an
had a-
array.
they had a goodly amount. It was pretty good.
That, because
They did a
that was
good
the
job.
person was taking, she said, she's like, I just kept grabbing it all from Buy Nothing, so she had an array to start,
Yeah.
and then
And then people
could-
came and dropped and took
yeah,
and
and
whatever.
people drop and take,
Yeah.
but they were also gonna continue it, like it's an ever ongoing thing at the dog park. So it almost was like a kickoff,
Yeah.
where yours wouldn't be, so you might wanna
But I'm
collect
not sure they
before, and
did.
kinda like we do with the winter, for Woodbridge like Me Day, we collect now, and we'll bring it all to Woodbridge like Me Day, and people can come take winter outerwear.
So there is this plant swap that happens at the library every spring, I believe. I have been a couple of times there, so.
The plant, that's at Earth Day too.
So now that's gonna happen on the Earth Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's happened the last
That's
couple
what I
of
was
years.
gonna suggest. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so there, and by all means, if you didn't get to do Earth Day, you can probably still Google it and see all the stuff that went on. And if there's something you know of that wasn't on there,
Yeah, let's get it on there.
let's get on there, bring it to the table, talk to those people. Cause like I said, we literally asked everyone and everything we could think of.
Yeah, but there was all different kinds, because like the library has ongoing yarn swaps and craft swaps and that kind of thing, and they have just going on all the time, so we had those listed, we had, you know, like
Yes,
plant
senior
swap, and there was
center
another
collects
seed swap.
yarn, there's craft swap at the
So much
library.
swapping.
Yeah, the
It's one thing
religious
of everything.
places were like,
Yeah, would you like to
Assumption Church collects baby items, all the time, so like.
And part of this is to get the word out about all those things, and because like they're doing it all the time. I just brought more baby stuff to them
Jacob
so that I can
collected
give.
for
Like, so we're getting
the,
things so that people know about it all the time, so that you can. It's like
Tell,
telling plastic bags. It's like, well, now you know. Now you'll do it that way.
That's what
Dogs
my building says
everywhere.
for every
They
meeting.
collected for that, so like
You taught me that.
Trinity
Oh, I
did the
did.
meditation walk, and
Guys, thanks.
we just tried to have everything. Bye, Diana.
All right, let's adjourn though.
Good night, Diana.
All right,
I
we're
second it.
adjourning at 7:29. Thank you.